Happy day, facilitators, educators, friends from all around the world. Welcome to the Treat Leadership Mastermind session. And dear visionary leaders, happy evening. Okay. Dear visionary leaders, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this exclusive mastermind session on Treat Leadership, the future of visionary leaders. Today, we will dive deep into the Treat Leadership framework, exploring how trust, resilience, empathy, adaptability, and transparency shape impactful leadership. This session will be highly interactive, so feel free to participate actively in the discussion and update in the chat box. I'm Karthikeyan PP, an academic leader, mentor, and facilitator, currently serving as the head of campus life at Indian Public School Erode, overseeing both CBSE, Cambridge, and IB students from grade 1 to 12. And this session will explore treat element. There is a difference between treat leadership, treat theory, and treat element. So we are going to see the base of treat element. Treat element is a fundamental leadership that shapes how a leader builds trust, navigates challenges, connects with people, adapts to change, and communicate transparently. Understand the treat leadership framework. Leadership trait is practical leadership framework based on proven leadership principles and how it shapes modern leadership. And we are going to see a lot of case studies like Satya Nadella, Indra Nooyi, Ratan Tata, and more. And we are going to see how these treat elements will applicable in the skills, biases, and intuition in decision making and problem solving. And we are going to the next thing, introduction about the leadership. And I'm requesting everyone to use the chat box. Who is the leader you admire the most and why? Please update in the chat box. Who is the leader you admire the most and why? Thank you. Thank you for your response. Yes, facilitate, guide, and help others to grow. Leaders guide, inspire, and influence others towards achieving a common goal. Thank you. Who leads by doing? Delegate power. Yes, it's about the treat framework. Able to manage difficult situation in a calm and composed way. Yes, very good leadership. Right? Help others to grow because of his simplicity and easy approach. But very, very true. Better than yesterday. Yes, correct. Okay. Okay, I'm getting a lot of updates. Thank you. Okay. Hopefully the screen is visible. Sir, Madan sir, screen is visible.
No, sir.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the update. Okay.
Now, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is
Fine.
visible.
Thank you. Sure. Okay. And the next thing is, what do you think is the most important trait of a leader? For example, some people will say that confidence, integrity, vision, and communication skill. And some people will say the important trait. Trait is nothing but either a personality or a character. Can you update in the chat box? What do you think the most important trait of a leader? Anyone cannot update? Most important trait? Yes, honesty, very, very important. Yes, being calm, caring, patient to listen to others. That is a very important thing. For example, if you want to become a leader in the sense, the first thing is you have to listen to the others and you have to share the feeling, or you have to understand the feeling of others. It is called as empathy. Transparency, yes, correct. Passion to achieve the goal. Motivation, very, very true. Yes, thank you. Reflective, yes. So in one of the leadership Coursera course, I came to know that somewhere around 2000 different leadership traits they have identified and in different types of leaders. So as a fellow human being, we cannot go through all the 2000 leadership traits. So what we are going to see today is the important 5 traits alone we are going to see, and how these traits are personalities or characters that make ours as a leader to lead others. Okay, so yes, in one word, how would you define leadership? It's already updated. Thank you. And very important thing, there is a lot of differences are there, and some people have the same meaning, or else they're assuming leadership and management are same, but actually it is different. Leadership and management are two different yet interconnected concepts. Management focuses on processes, planning, and execution, ensuring systems to run smoothly. And leaders focus on vision, innovation, and motivation teams to reach the new heights. For example, if you're seeing that there is a difference between the leadership and management, the leadership is always focused on vision and strategy, and management focuses on processes and efficiency. And leadership inspires, as per the update from a lot of people, inspires and motivates people, but management controls and direct the team. And leadership encourages innovation and change, but management, that means managers maintain the stability of a system or else in an organization and the process. And leadership build relationship and trust, very importantly, but management ensures compliance and execution of the task that was assigned. So the very common example is Elon Musk is a leader and pushing boundaries with Tesla and SpaceX. Everyone knows that through rocket and Tesla cars. But on the other hand, Tim Cook is a great manager, ensuring Apple runs efficiently in all the platforms. That means in all the areas. And in a place where both are important in any organization, both leadership and management. But today we are going to focus only on the leadership elements. And if you are seeing that the leadership through different lenses, for example, there are a lot of theories are there. For example, some people will say that trait theory, behavioral theory, situational theory, and transformational leadership theory. Leadership has been studied for decades, leading to different theories that explain leadership styles. So if you are seeing that trait theory, behavioral theory, and situational leadership and transformational leadership. So the very important thing is we are going to see about the trait theory. What is meant by trait theory? For example, inborn, there'll be some people, they are born with certain specific qualities. Either they may be intelligent, or it's confidence or integrity. And in the behavioral theory, it can be learned through practices and training. And if you're seeing the situational leadership, there'll be some people based on the situation, or there is a demand for the situation, they will behave as a leader or they will emerge as a leader. And the transformation leadership, there'll be a place or the followers, or because of the motivation or inspiration, some people will emerge as a leader. Leaders inspire followers through vision and motivation. And apart from that, there are a lot of theories are there. Some are servant leadership theory and authentic leadership theory and others. And why leadership is important. For example, in any organization, if you want to become a leader in the sense, you have to influence the people and influence organization success and encourage the teamwork, and you have to improve the productivity in the team. And very importantly, you have to build resilience, and during the challenges. And leadership theories, that means trait theories, trait leaders. For example, in the trait theory, we are going to see a lot of examples. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, and Nelson Mandela possessed qualities like integrity, confidence, and perseverance. And if you are seeing Abraham Lincoln, and he exhibited the honesty, determination, vision in leading the US during the Civil War. And at last, if you are seeing the Nelson Mandela, he exhibits the courage, integrity, and perseverance in ending apartheid in South Africa. So everyone have the certain qualities are there that make them to become the leader. Similarly, if you are seeing the behavioral theory, the famous example is Jack Welch. He is the former GE, General Electric CEO, known for his hands-on leadership and focus on training and development. And Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, known for her strategic decision and leadership adaptability. And at last, we have Howard Schultz. He is the Starbucks CEO, emphasizing corporate culture and ethical business practices. So these people exhibited the training through practices and they make others to lead the organization. There'll be some people, because of the situation, they'll become a leader. If you are seeing that, Dwight D. Eisenhower adapted his leadership style based on the situation during World War II and as a US president. Sir Winston Churchill changed leadership strategies based on wartime and peacetime needs. And at last, in the current scenario, if you are seeing the Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, adjusting leadership based on technological trends and team dynamics. We are going to see a lot of examples related to Satya Nadella implementing leadership strategies in Microsoft. And at last, we are going to see the transformation leadership. Leaders inspire followers through vision and motivation. The very common example is our Steve Jobs. And he inspired innovation and changed the technology industry with Apple's revolutionary products like iPhone, iPad, and others. And currently, we have Jeff Bezos. Amazon transformed e-commerce and technology with a customer-centric vision. And last, we have a Richard Branson, Virgin Group, known for his adventurous and inspirational leadership style. And very important, if you want to see the trait leadership, I'm going deep into that. There'll be some certain qualities that make them as a leader. Leaders are born with certain traits or personalities or qualities that make them successful. Trait leadership theory suggests that leaders are born with certain personalities, traits that make them effective. It focuses on inherent characteristics rather than the learned skills. Key leadership traits include integrity, confidence, intelligence, resilience, and vision. And if you are seeing some of the examples, we have seen Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, and Nelson Mandela. And I want to have the assessment. For example, in the top 6 leadership traits, I have given an acronym called as CID square. That means if you want to become a leader, there will be certain traits or some characters are very important for to become or emerge as a leader. So those characters are highlighted as discipline, intelligence, confidence, charisma, integrity, and determination. So if you are seeing C stands for confidence and charisma, I stands for intelligence and integrity, D stands for discipline and determination. So only I have given the CID square. So now in the chat box, everyone have to update. You have to rate yourself out of 1 to 10 of these 1 to 6 characters. That means about traits. For example, I was more intelligent in the sense you can put first one intelligent as 1, followed by that determination as 2, charisma at 3, confidence 4, discipline as 5, and last one integrity at 6. Please update it in the chat box. Yes, it's not a poll. Please update it. Please update the traits. I'm sharing the screen. Out of CID square,
ஒரே டீம்ல என்ன
discipline,
டீம்
discipline, intelligence, confidence, charisma, integrity, and determination. Rate 1 to 6 in the order. Yes, 2, 1, 6, 3, 6, 4, 3, 5. That means discipline followed by determination and followed by charisma and followed by integrity and intelligence. At last, the confidence. Okay. Others have a difference of opinion. Discipline followed by confidence. Okay. 2, 5, 6, 2, 4. Good. Thank you. Okay. I have another one more question. Which leadership trait do you think is the most important out of 6? Which leadership trait do you think is most important out of the 6? Okay, confident. Okay, different people have difference of opinion. Okay, thank you.
Now your screen is not visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir. I'm coming.
Most of them have answered as confidence,
Confident. Thank you, sir.
discipline, intelligent, determination.
Thank you, sir. I'm not able to share the screen, sir. Just a minute.
Okay, Sangeeta ma'am has said can't choose one. All important traits that a good leader should hold. Himanshi has said self-management skills are required, as well to equally balance these traits. All are great viewpoints, team. Thank you for actually putting your viewpoints on the chat.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the update. Okay, if you are seeing that corporate example, our Ratan Tata, who exhibited the ethics and integrity in the Tata Group. Okay, and mission and risk taking by Elon Musk for Tesla and SpaceX. And currently we have Indra Nooyi, who exhibited the emotional intelligence and strategic thinking in the PepsiCo. And we are going to see some of the case studies of these leadership things. Sir, I just want to know that whether this chat box or else the link is making the screen Any problem?
No, I can able to see the screen, sir. Not a problem.
Full screen. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That means fine. Okay. If you're seeing the case study of Satya Nadella, everyone knows that Satya Nadella, right? He's the Microsoft leader. And how empathy and innovation transform Microsoft culture. For example, if you're seeing the background, Satya Nadella became the CEO of Microsoft in 2014, taking over a company struggling with innovation. Under previous leadership, Microsoft was very rigid, internally competitive, and lagging behind in cloud computing. Now, Microsoft stands first. Nadella focused on empathy, collaboration, and innovation, transforming Microsoft into a global tech leader. And some of the key leadership traits he have exhibited are empathy. That means he understands the feeling of others. That means encourage the growth mindset among the people. That means people, those who are working in the organization, focusing on employee development. And he created the innovation. That means shifting the entire Microsoft products to the cloud computing in the Azure, making Microsoft competitive with Amazon web platforms. And visionary thinking. Right now you are seeing the Copilot and Gemini like that. Broaden Microsoft vision beyond Windows to AI, cloud, and enterprise solution. And very importantly, what leadership traits do you think were most critical in Nadella's success? If you were in a Nadella's position, how would you handle a resistant corporate culture? For example, just imagine you are in an organization where some people are resistant to change. How you will make the people to work for you or work for the organization? Yes, please update in the chat box for the discussion questions. What leadership trait do you think were most critical in Nadella's success? Empathy, correct. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. And in the case study 2, we are going to see about Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata leadership during crisis. For example, during the Taj Mahal Hotel Mumbai attack in the year of 2008, it was attacked by terrorists, leading to a crisis that affected the employees and the guests, those who are stayed inside. Ratan Tata, the chairman of Tata Group, personally took responsibility for managing the crisis. He visited victims, ensured financial and emotional support for employees and families, and reinforced the company's commitment to resilience. And key leadership traits that he exhibited are empathy and compassion. That means personally met with affected employees and their families, and crisis management. At the time, ensured full salaries were paid to victims, families, and helping them to recover from the loss. And at last, resilience and integrity. Focused on rebuilding the Tata's name and brand and reinforcing the brand's trust and commitment. And very importantly, how does Ratan Tata's response showcase strong leadership traits? Can you update in the chat box? How does Tata's response showcase strong leadership traits? Yes, dedication, compassion. He connected personally with his team, very important. He visited the family and also the people, those who worked in the organization, that means Taj Mahal Hotel. Thank you. Thank you for your update. Yes. And we are now going deep into the topic. What is meant by treat element? Element is nothing but the very important base. Treat leadership emphasize trust, resilience, empathy, adaptability, and transparency as essential leadership qualities. Both Satya Nadella and Ratan Tata exemplified these traits. Nadella by transforming Microsoft culture through empathy and innovation, and Tata by demonstrating resilience and transparency during the Taj Hotel crisis. reinforcing trust in his employees and stakeholders. Each of these case studies highlights different elements of the TREAT leadership framework. Nadella built trust and adaptability. Tata exemplified resilience and transparency. And we are going to see about Indra Nooyi, emphasized empathy and vision. These stories show that leadership is not one size fits all, but guided by core principles. And very important, a TREAT element is a fundamental leadership trait that shapes how a leader builds trust, navigate challenges, connects with people, adapt to change, and communicate transparently. Each element is a core leadership trait that contribute to effective leadership and decision making. Leaders who develop all these 5 elements become transformational, ethical, and visionary leaders. The TREAT framework provides a structured way to approach leadership, ensuring a balance between people-oriented and task-oriented leadership. And if you are seeing that, the TREAT element are trust, resilience, empathy, adaptability, and transparency. And what is the meaning? That means trust. You should build credibility, reliability, and ethical leadership. What is the key impact in your organization or with the people? Create a strong, confident, and motivated team. Similarly, resilience, overcoming challenges, maintaining focus, and staying determined helps leader navigate uncertainty and setbacks. There will be certain scenarios in your personal life or else in the professional life. You are in a situation where you think this is the end like that, but you should come back. That is the resilience. Empathy, understanding and valuing the emotion and perspective of others. That means strengthen relationship and team morale. Adaptability, embracing the change, innovation, flexibility. For example, Steve Jobs, he think about the MacBook in the 2001. I want to invent I have to come up with the one of the computer which should be carried like a case file or else file like that, and he made it. Now he followed by that he made the iPod, followed by that he made the iPad like that. So lot of revolution. That means new changes, innovations are there. So it ensures a long-term success in a fast-changing environment. And transparency in a team or else in an organization, open communication is very, very important. And honest communication is very important. And accountability of every communication is very important. Similarly, it will help to build trust and credibility within this organization. These are the TREAT element. As a person, if you're following these TREAT element, that means you have to create trust, resilience in yourself, empathy about others, and adaptability. That means adaptable to the environment or accepting change about the environment, and transparent and honest communication that make you as a leader. And if you are seeing that in the leadership approach, these are all the base things. For example, resilience, adaptability, trust, empathy, transparency. These are all the base elements. Above all, if you are good in these elements in the sense, you can make the people work for you. That means either in an organization or else in other places. For example, if you are good in resilience and adaptability, you can assign the task-oriented, you will become a task-oriented leadership. Or else if you are building trust and empathy, that means you can become a relationship-oriented leader. And if you are making the trust or the other people build trust in you and you are adaptable, and you can become the empowerment. That means you can give the power to them or you can make them autonomy to work for you. And transparency, if you are very transparent in the sense, they will build that authenticity in you and they will come and ask for help and you can become a leader. And at last, if you are good in empathy and resilience, you can form a team or build a team. A strong team is built on empathy, understanding and valuing team members, and resilience, working together to overcome the setbacks. Okay, now we are coming to the TREAT leadership. T stands for trust, R stands for resilience, E stands for empathy, and A stands for adaptability, and at last T stands for transparency. So you have to take responsibility, that is T, rise from challenge, that is resilience, empathy, engage with people, adaptable, adapt to change, at last tell the truth, transparent. So if you are seeing that last two people, Satya Nadella and also Ratan Tata, The case studies of Satya Nadella and Ratan Tata strongly reflect all these principles. And if you're connecting their street leadership with how they build their companies or else an organization. For example, if you are seeing the street leadership element, trust, how Satya Nadella embodied it. That means encouraged collaboration in the team, removed internal competition from the team, and empowered the employees. So this way he built the trust in the Microsoft. And resilience, transformed Microsoft culture despite resistance to change. Previously, if you are seeing that Windows 98 and other things are coming in the CD format, followed by that in the online. Now everything in the internet. So like that, followed by that. If you are seeing the empathy, focused on people-centric leadership, promoted a learning culture. Lot of learning is happening internally in the Microsoft. And adaptability, shifted Microsoft focus to cloud computing to AI. And transparency, he was very transparent in communicating to the entire Microsoft team, open about the vision and changes he is going to take. So these are all the certain traits or characters or personalities that will make everyone to become a leader. And Nadella's leadership aligned with Treat by building trust in his employees, being empathetic to change, resistance, and adapting to industry shift while ensuring transparent communication. And very important, if you are going to the Ratan Tata leadership during the Taj Hotel crisis and street leadership, he built trust, reassured the employees and victims' families with full support. So this way he created the trust. And resilience, ensured the Tata Group overcame with the crisis with dignity. Empathy, personally visited victims and supported their recovery. And at last, adaptability, quickly addressed the crisis while planning long-term recovery plan. And transparency, communicated the group commitment to rebuilding and safety. Tata's leadership was deeply rooted in empathy, trust, and resilience, making employees feel valued and ensuring adaptability in crisis management. His transparent approach strengthened brand loyalty and long-term success. So, if you want to become a leader from these two examples, both Satya Nadella and from the Ratan Tata, we have to create the trust, the people, those who are working with us. We have to be internally, we have to be more resilient and we have to be empathetically good and adaptable to change, and we have to be honest in our communication or transparent in our communication. And we are going to see the last case study, that is Indra Nooyi. Indra Nooyi's leadership at PepsiCo. Everyone aware about Indra Nooyi? And background, Indra Nooyi served as the CEO of PepsiCo from 2006 to 2018, somewhere around 12 years, leading the company through one of its most significant transformation. She shifted the PepsiCo strategy from a focus on sugary drinks like Coca-Cola and junk food to healthier, sustainable products like Tropicana, Quaker Oats, and low-calorie beverages. Nooyi also emphasized corporate social responsibility, diversity, and employee well-being, ensuring PepsiCo's long-term success into a changing market. Under her leadership, PepsiCo's revenues grew from 35 billion to 63.5 billion, reinforcing her visionary leadership. So, what are the different strategies or trait she exhibited in the PepsiCo? So, trust, build a strong relationship with employees, shareholders, and consumers by prioritizing the transparency. Resilience, Indra Nooyi navigated PepsiCo through economic challenges and industry shifts. Empathy, personally, she wrote a personal letter to employees' parents showing deep care and appreciation. Adaptability, she transformed the PepsiCo's product line to meet evolving customer demands. And transparency, clearly communicated the PepsiCo's vision and sustainability goals to each and every employees and the stakeholders. So this way, she made the PepsiCo as one of the company, as a brand company to a loyal company. Now, how did Indra Nooyi leadership transform PepsiCo's brand image? Indra Nooyi transformed PepsiCo from a junk food chain to a health-conscious brand by shifting its focus towards performance with purpose. She expanded the company's portfolio to include healthier options like Tropicana, Quaker Oats, and low-calorie the beverages. Why is empathy important in leadership and how did Nui demonstrate it? Empathy is a very important leadership trait because it builds the trust, motivates the employees, and fosters a positive work culture. Indra Nui demonstrated empathy in several ways. She personally wrote letters to employees, parents, and appreciating their contribution in the PepsiCo. This small but powerful gesture boosted morale and employees' engagement. She prioritized the work-life balance and diversity, ensuring that employees felt valued and supported. During economic downturns, she focused on employee well-being rather than layoffs, reinforcing a people-first leadership approach. Very important. What leadership? Okay. What challenges do leaders face when implementing a large-scale change? For example, just imagine you are in an organization. There'll be a lot of people, or there'll be subordinates. They are resistant to change. Employees and stakeholders may be reluctant to adopt to new strategies or balancing profitability and ethics. It is a very important thing. For example, if you want to change something in the sense, the stakeholders or else the people will think, what happened to my profit like that? So you have to convince them, you have to show them the vision. And very important, market and competitive pressure. Indra Nui knows that if she's moving from the sugary beverages to the health beverages, in the sense, there'll be a lot of competitions she's going to lose, or else competitions will come. How she had handled. Competing with Coca-Cola and other brands required strategic innovation. Managing the stakeholders' expectation. Indra Nui had to convince shareholders, stakeholders, employees, and customers that the shift towards healthier products was the right move. At last, how can corporate leaders balance profitability with social responsibility? She tackled these challenges by communicating her vision clearly, making incremental changes, not an immediate change, and reinforcing PepsiCo's long-term commitment to sustainability. And very important, sustainable innovation she created, corporate social responsibility, CSR she implemented, consumer-centric approach, meeting the demands of the health-conscious consumers while keeping financial growth in check. At last, employee engagement, ensuring that internal teams are aligned with social responsibility and goals. And what are the key takeaway from this Indra Nui's lesson? Nui proved that ethical leadership can drive both business success and social impact. And very important, she was very adaptable. She was empathetic, resilience, and transformation, and exhibited the perfect example for the treat leadership. So, as a person, if you want to become a leader in the sense, all these 5 trait element, that means treat leadership element, trust, by building the trust, resilience, empathy, adaptability, and transparency is needed in ourselves. And very important, the treat framework skills. Skills, for example, I'm connecting the trust, empathy, resilience, and adaptability and transparency to the skills, biases, and also at last intuition. So how we have to think in the particular situation. For example, skills. There'll be some people, those who have naturally inborn certain skills are there. Some people learn the skills, or through learning from the courses, they can get the skills. So skills are nothing but leadership competencies. Skills are the abilities that leaders cultivate through experience, learning, and practice. The treat framework elements encourages leaders to develop key skills that contribute to effective decision making and long-term vision. So if you want to become a leader in the sense, trust, how it relate to leadership skills, building credibility, delegation, and communication. If you are trusting, or if you are making others to trust you in the sense, you are building the credibility, delegation, and communication. Ratan Tata earned employee trust during crisis by prioritizing their well-being. So just imagine you in the position, in the Ratan Tata position, how you can earn the trust of your employees during the crisis. And resilience, that means in the problem solving, crisis management, and persistence. Satya Nadella transformed Microsoft failing culture into a thriving one. So there is a company is going to sing, but he made the company and a bigger way. That means in the first one, empathy, emotional intelligence, team motivation, and workplace inclusion. Now we have seen the Indra Nooyi's explanation. That means Indra Nooyi's example. Indra Nooyi personally connected with employees and value work-life balance. So in an organization, you have to connect with the employees. After that, only the work can be in a right way. And at last, adaptability, flexibility, innovation, and openness to change. PepsiCo shifted towards healthier products under Nooyi's leadership. This is one of the best examples for adaptability. And transparency, ethical decision making, accountability, and clear communication. Nadella and Tata were transparent in handling the stakeholders and crisis. So if you want to become a leader, so how you have to exhibit these skills. So these are all the perfect example, Ratan Tata to until Indra Nooyi. And connection. The leaders studied Nooyi, Tata, and Nadella, leverage skills like strategic thinking, communicate with the subordinates, and adaptable to change, which aligns with street leadership elements and skill building approach. We are going to see about the biases. What is meant by a bias? Biases are nothing but overcoming assumptions and blind spots. Here, every leader has biases, both conscious and unconscious, that can impact their decision making. So as a person, as a leader, you have to be very careful about the biases. The TREAT framework helps leaders acknowledge and counter bias for better leadership. For example, regarding the biases, how I can take a decision, whether my decision is right or wrong. So you have to think and you have to act by following these elements. Trust eliminates micromanagement and builds team autonomy. For example, in your company, there be micromanagements are there in the sense, please eliminate it and builds the team that will work for you, or they will take the decision in the right way in absence of you. So Tata crisis leadership relied on trusting employees and instead of controlling them. So this way you can make your team or you can give autonomy to your team. Resilience helps leaders challenge biases about failure and setbacks. Nadella removed Microsoft fixed mindset bias and fostered innovation. And because of this innovation strategy, he moved all the platforms from the to online. And empathy reduces cultural and gender biases in organization. Nooyi's leadership broke corporate bias against women in top roles. So she followed by her, lot of people in India and outside the country, lot of people comes to the top role in a management. And adaptability, prevent resistance to change and promotes learning. PepsiCo's transition addressed the bias that junk food is the only way to profit. So the transition, that means adaptable. She tried to change, resist. She tried to change. Junk food is the only way to profit is not. Even healthier food can also make profit like that. Transition, she made it. And transparency, counters information biases and enhances open communication. Nadella introduced radical transparency in Microsoft culture. So in a company, there'll be some decisions if you want to make, or if you are uncertain, you can think about how the other people or the leaders have taken an action. So this way you can take a right decision on the conscious way. These case studies show that leaders succeeded by acknowledging and addressing their biases, a core part of the TREAT leadership. At last, intuition, what we are thinking, whether it is right or wrong, that is called as intuition, gut feeling, and strategic decision making. Great leaders blend data-driven decisions with intuition. For example, instead of going with the data, they will think from the heart, from the mind, whether my decision is right and it can be workable, or in the particular situation, this decision can workable or not. They will think from the intuition and they can take the decision. The TREAT framework help leaders develop ethical and effective intuition through experience, trust, and transparency. So if you want to become a leader in the sense, you have to believe in yourself and taking decisions based on the intuition or gut feeling, and you have to take the right decision. So how these people, the 3%, that means Tata and Nadella and Indra Nooyi have taken the decision. Trust in the TREAT leadership element, trust encourages leaders to rely on their instincts while keeping teams engaged. In the example case, Tata intuitively know that employees needed emotional support post-crisis. So He believed the people are in the need of his help. So by trusting his intuition, he went to the family and went to the victims and supported them in a long-term support. So this makes them the Tata one of the brand image in and trust loyal brand in India and outside the country. Resilience. Help leaders take calculated risk even in uncertain times. For example, Nui followed her intuition to push healthier product despite opposition. There are a lot of people, they think or they opposed, you have to go with only Pepsi like that. And there'll be competitors are there, Coca-Cola. But she believed I can move from sugar drink to the healthier drink, Tropicana juice like that. And she succeeded. So like that, the leaders believe in their intuition. At last, empathy allows leader to anticipate people's needs and make ethical choices. For example, whether it is right or wrong. Nadella understood that a people first approach would revive Microsoft. That means work. That means he believed that. And taken. Adaptability strengthens intuitive decision making by keeping leaders flexible. Nui sensed market trends and adapted PepsiCo strategy. For example, sometimes Tropicana will sell higher rate and another time the Tropicana sales will be down. But she understood, okay, Tropicana will succeed like that. So she adaptable to the market based on that, accept the market change, and she made the profit with the help of these healthier juices. At last, transparency aligns intuition with honesty, ensuring ethical leadership. Tata's transparency after 26/11, that means on the 26th of 11, that means November 2008, the Mumbai attack happened, and he reassured the stakeholders, we will overcome like that. And he went and supported all the victims and the guests, those who stayed in the hotel. So all three leaders trusted their intuition, but balanced it with three core values, leading to successful transformation. So if you want to become leaders in the sense, you have to believe in yourself, you have to take a right decision by biases, conscious decision, and you have the right skill. For all these three things, you have a leadership element like you have to trust, you have to make others trust in you, resilient, that means you have to overcome the challenges, you have to be empathetic, that means emotionally connect, adaptable, that means you have to change, and very good in transparent, that means open communication, that make you or everyone as a very great leader. And we are almost coming to the end of the presentation. And treat leadership, the future of visionary leaders. Trust, building credibility and empowering the teams. Ratan Tata, crisis leadership, ethical leadership, and crisis management. He made it. And at second, resilience. We have seen the best example. Satya Nadella, navigating uncertainty and challenges, but still he made the Microsoft transformation, revamping Microsoft's stagnant culture through an online platform. Empathy. Indra Nooyi, fostering relationship and inclusive leadership. She wrote a letter to every people, that means every stakeholders, every employees, those who are working. We are moving from this, that means sugary beverages to the healthier beverages like that. And employees' well-being and personal engagement make her to succeed the PepsiCo. Next one, adaptability. Now we are going to see about the Jeff Bezos, embracing change and innovation. Previously, the Amazon was started in a warehouse, and now the Amazon platform is earning crores of rupees in a single day. It is a transforming Amazon's business model. And at last, we are going to see the fifth one, transparency, strengthening accountability and ethics. The one person is the Jacinda Ardern, honest crisis communication. She is the Prime Minister of New Zealand. During the COVID time and one of the mask attack, she openly communicated and to the entire New Zealandians that this is a crisis or this is a particular scenario in the COVID. We have to overcome, and everything was open to the entire New Zealand people. Honest leadership in crisis situation. She handled the situation in a very right way. Final takeaway, leadership is not a journey, and it is a journey, and it's not a title. And very importantly, leadership will come with a lot of responsibilities. If you want to become a leader in the sense, definitely everyone or the leader have to take lot of responsibilities. After that only the people will accredit or organization will accredit as a leader. As we conclude this session, remember that great leaders are not born, they are made through continuous learning, self-awareness, and adaptability. The treat leadership framework element, that means trust, resilience, empathy, adaptability, and transparency, is your guide to leading with purpose and impact. Now let's put leadership into action through discussion, polls, and reflection. Key reflections: trust builds credibility and empowers the team. Resilience helps leaders navigate uncertainty and challenges. Empathy fosters strong relationship and inclusive leadership. Adaptability ensures success in a fast changing world. And transparency strengthens the ethical decision making and accountability. Which three principle will you apply starting today? I have a question to everyone. Drop your answers in the chat box or reflect on it in your leadership takeaway. Yes. Which treat leadership principle will you apply starting today? Either you are going to make the trust, or you are in your organization, you are taking trust. I'm making others to believe in me, or overcoming the challenges, or empathetic to others, or emotional connections, or adaptable. Some people are resistant to change. Okay, I am ready to change my mindset, or I'm ready to accept others' perspectives or views, or I will become transparent in my communication. So, what's your key takeaway from today's session? Please update in the chat box. Thank you. Empathy, adaptability, and transparency. Transparent. Thank you. All treat leadership. I think I need to work on empathy. Ready to accept. Correct. Adaptable. Thank you. Transparency. Thank you. Adaptable and resilience. Trusting ourselves and stay consistent on what we want to achieve. Adaptable and transparency. Yes, thank you. Many people have written about the adaptability and transparency. Yes. Someone have written about all. Empathy and determination. Yes, we have to be empathetic to others. Trust, resilience, and transparency. Resilience. Thank you. Fine. Being open-minded, very, very important. Adaptable, following intuition. For example, we have to believe in ourselves. We have to be conscious in our action. That makes us very important. Thank you. Okay. We are almost coming to an end of our presentation. And the best way to predict the future is to create it. So as per the words of Peter Drucker, so if you want to become a leader, there'll be a lot of leadership courses are available online in the IIM Ahmedabad, especially in the Coursera, a lot of leadership courses are available. But if you are reading or learning the leadership courses, lot of courses or lot of research articles, we have to follow it. As a person, we have to follow. Today, we have learned 5 traits. That means very importantly, trust, creating trust, resilient, empathy, adaptable, and transparent. So similarly, commit to applying one trait. That means element in your daily leadership. For example, all the 5 trait elements are very, very important in our life to become a leader. But you can take an oath from today or this week or from this month. I'll be open to my communication. So you can see lot of changes. The people believe in you. The people will give more responsibility in you. And the people will see you as a leader. That will happen. And write your leadership action plan. Share it in the chat. Thank you. We almost come to the conclusion of the session. And thank you for your participation. Keep leading with vision, integrity, and impact.